Hey guys, so in today's video I wanted to do a makeup tutorial for you finally, and it is on this look right here. This is my like softer kind of romantic Valentine's Day look. I've been playing around a lot with like makeup that I haven't used in a while, and I really enjoyed how it turned out. So for my eyes, the star of the show is the Modern Renaissance Palette, of course. I know in my, I think my favorites video or something like that, I talked about how much I loved this and how like since I got it in December, I have not stopped using it, and that I was gonna try really hard to like branch out and use other eyeshadows, but I can't. Like, I'm so obsessed, and I even used shades in this palette that I hadn't been playing with too much, like this Bonfresco color and this antique bronze, and I'm just like, this palette is so beautiful. And like I said before, in like a week and a half, I'm going to California for my baby shower, yay! And I'm taking this palette with me, so I wanted to kind of like perfect what kind of makeup look I wanted to wear for my baby shower. So I really like how this turned out. It's very soft and romantic. It has kind of like a wing, but it's like with brown eyeshadow, so it's not like a harsh black liquid liner, and paired it with a nice soft pink lip. And you know, I really enjoy how it turned out. I think that it's very appropriate for Valentine's Day. It's appropriate for like the everyday girl who just wants to look, you know, pretty and romantic and soft. Nothing like too overly glam with like glitter or anything too intense or intimidating. So if you like this video, or if you like me, then please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you. I will also link down below all of the items that I used, of course, like I always do. And I really hope that you enjoyed this video. So I will see you in the next one. And if you want to see how to get this look, then just keep watching, because that's the tutorial part's coming. Yeah. Okay, keep watching. Okay, jumping right in, we're going to start off with primer, and I'm going to use this Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. I've already moisturized with my normal like Clinique moisturizers, so I'm just going to rub this in between my fingers, and then I'm actually going to just press it into the skin in the center of my face. Although I have been experiencing some like tremendously and tragically dry skin, throughout the day I do get a little bit of oily breakouts in my T-zone. So for foundation today, I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Ultra HD stick. This was a favorite months ago, and I just kind of like forgot that I had it, and I've been using it the past week, and I've fallen back in love with it. So I like to make some tribal marks on my face, and then I use a Real Techniques bluffing brush, and I spray it once with a little bit of Fix Plus just to kind of help spread out the foundation a little bit smoother on my face. This is a creamier stick foundation, but I just like to add that extra moisture into the brush just to make sure that the foundation blends over my skin easier, since I have been experiencing that dry alligator skin lately. For concealer, I'm using the Maybelline Better Skin Concealer. I repurchased this guy a week ago. I used to love this concealer, and so I repurchased it, and I've been using it and loving it again. So I put that under my eyes as well as the center of my face just to even out the highlight. And then I'm just going to blend all of that out with a damp beauty blender. Now to set that, I'm going to use my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I've actually really been enjoying using this with my e.l.f. small tapered brush. Just, it makes it less crepey. I've come to terms with the fact that I cannot bake my under eyes. It just, my under eyes are too dry for that. So if I just use a little bit of this translucent powder with a softer kind of tapered brush and just kind of like gently pat it into the skin, it definitely eliminates a lot of creasing and that like crepey, gross under eye skin. So I also like to set the center of my face basically wherever I put concealer. And for brows, I'm going to use the Soft Brown Duo by Anastasia and this brush by BH Cosmetics. It's the 107 brush. Now I have you all zoomed in nice and close, and I did one eye just to save some time. So we're going to start off with this Bonfresco color and a Wet n Wild crease brush. This is like my favorite brush to start off any eye look. It's just big and fluffy and really affordable. And I found it at the Dollar Tree this week for $1, and I got like 5 of them. So if you have a Dollar Tree near you, check it out, girl, because $1 for a super duper good crease brush. Anyway, so I'm just putting that all in the crease and just kind of building up the color to the intensity that I like. Then I'm going to take this Vermeer color, which is like a nice soft shimmery pink, and I'm going to take it on a BH Cosmetics 102 brush, which is just a nice kind of big flat synthetic brush that's really, really good at just packing on color. And I'm kind of just putting that all over the lid, kind of like carving out my crease a little bit, but not really. So it's kind of like a really soft version of a cut crease because we're not doing all those extra steps to really intensify the crease and the lid difference, if that makes any sense. So once I have that all over the lid, I'm going to take this Venetian red color on a pencil brush. This is another BH Cosmetics 105 brush. And I'm just going to put that on the outer corner and just kind of blend it up to the crease. I'm not bringing it above the crease. I'm just putting it on the outer corner and just kind of smushing it around. And then I'm going to pack the Antique Bronze shade over top of it with the same exact pencil brush, just to kind of deepen it up a little bit. Nothing too crazy. There's nothing about this look that's really dark or vampy. It's all just kind of like softer, more romantic, and all pinky and whatnot. Now I'm going to take this dark brown, which is called Cypress Umber, and on a another BH Cosmetics brush, the number 10, which is just like a flat, like definer brush. And I'm first going to put that underneath the lash line, and then I'm going to smudge it on my upper lash line, just on the outer corner. We're not doing a winged liner today. I'm just using brown eyeshadow and kind of like smoking it out. So what I do is I put the color on with the flat definer brush, and then I smudge it out with the pencil brush over top. No additional product on the pencil brush. I just kind of like smoke it out, and then I just build it up to the intensity that I like. And then for the wing part, I take just any angled brush. This is a Mikasa E100. And I just kind of like flick out the brown eyeshadow a little bit just to create kind of like a wing. And then I go over it with the pencil brush just to smudge it out. So this is super easy, super non-intimidating, but still nice and pretty. So now I'm going to mix the Tempera shade with the Primavera. So it's like a matte highlight shade mixed with like a little bit of a shimmery kind of like yellowy shade on just like a smaller kind of like flat brush. This is a BH Cosmetics number 9 brush, and I'm just highlighting my brow bone. And then for my lashes, I'm doing 2 different mascaras because I'm high maintenance like that. So I like to start off with the Rollerlash by Benefit to give me length, and then the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara over top to give me volume. You could also just do 1 coat of mascara and then put falsies on. That would totally work too. And then that is the completed eye look. Now for the face, I'm just going to quickly go over it with a setting powder by CoverFX. It's actually a blotting powder, which is a really awesome like touch-up powder if you're feeling greasy throughout the day. This is a really good lightweight powder just to throw in your bag and use throughout the day. And I'm using a e.l.f. Total Face Brush just to lightly dust that all over the face, just to make sure that it's all set. Then for bronzer, I'm using this Sephora bronzer in Los Cabos. It's a matte bronzer. And then my favorite bronzing brush, which is by Sonia Kashuk. It came in a contour and highlight set, but I know that they have it sold separately. I've seen it at Target like separate. It just has a different handle. It's just my favorite bronzing brush. It's like natural hair. It's really soft. It just kind of like diffuses the color, and it like makes blending out your bronzer just a dream. Like you'd have to put no effort in whatsoever. I'm not doing any sort of like harsh contour or anything. I'm just kind of putting that on the like outer portions of my cheeks and my forehead, and then down my neck as well. I was watching Teen Mom too, if I look a little distracted. I'm sorry. I always watch something while I'm doing my makeup. I just can't help it. And then I just take this, I believe this is a large eyeshadow brush by Wet n Wild. It's just kind of like any fluffy small brush. And I just like to put a little bit of that same bronzer just on the sides of my nose, and then take that same e.l.f. Total Face brush and just kind of go over everything just to make sure that it's all blended out. Now for blush and highlight, I'm going to take this trio by Wet n Wild called Sunset Junction, and I'm going to take the Luxie, what number are you? 504 brush, and I'm going to use this to put on my blush. It's a nice like kind of pink, it's like subtly pink with like a little bit of sheen to it. It's nice and just kind of like fresh and young and soft. And I'm just applying that kind of like starting on the apples of the cheeks and then sweeping them back towards the temples. And then for the highlight, I'm going to use the highlight in there as well. It's like a super frosty, like almost white highlight. And I'm using an e.l.f. fan brush to apply that. And I'm just keeping that like just on the tippity tops of the cheekbones. Since I do have a lot of like super dry skin in the center of my face, as well as texture, like I didn't want to bring the highlight too far down on my cheeks to emphasize that. Then on the middle finger, I'm just applying it to the tip of my nose as well as the Cupid's bow. Now before I apply my lip color, I'm just going to quickly set my face with some MAC Fix Plus. I need to remember to do my like setting spray before I do my lower lash mascara, because I always forget, and then I normally like get mascara runny because it, you know, transfers. Now the fun part that always takes the longest is choosing what lip color I want to do. Anybody else? Like, this is the hardest part of makeup for me, is trying to decide like what lip color I want to do. I ended up going with the Colourpop's Ultra Satin Lip in Alyssa, which is just a nice kind of like mauvey pink shade. It actually matches my shirt really perfectly. And then once you have the lip color on, then you are all done. I didn't do any like glamour shots for the end of this video like a dingus, so I'm just gonna wrap it up here. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!